Hello, beautiful crystal lovers. This is Jenny Joe at Inner Light Crystals in Santa Rosa, California. And today we are going to be doing some much needed work with calming crystals, crystals that help with relieving anxiety, bring you some inner peace, and also align all of your chakras so that you have all of your energy working for you instead of having your energy diffused and dispersed. So what we're going to mostly be working with today is lepidolite, one of my favorite crystals for relieving anxiety and calming stress. My favorite way to use lepidolite is, and actually most of my crystals, is to actually wear them. So I have a lot of bracelets, and I keep them in a place where in the morning I can kind of tune in. It's like a meditation that I do, where I choose the bracelets that I'm going to wear for that day. I also choose my jewelry that I'm going to wear, the earrings, the necklace, and I focus on gemstones because I really resonate with the qualities that gemstones um, help me activate inside of myself. So this is how crystal healing works, is that when you interact with the crystals, then they become activated with your energy. And that's how this whole thing works. So with stress and anxiety relief, I like to use a palm stone or a bracelet. Here I have combined lepidolite, which is this really pretty sparkly purple color. Um, and I've combined that with fluorite. Fluorite helps align all of the chakras and open your heart. It also helps with forgiveness, and that can include self-forgiveness. So, when you feel guilty or ashamed of feeling stressed out and full of anxiety, that's where self-forgiveness can come in, so that you're not focused on that shame or focused on that guilt. Like, why can't I make myself, XYZ? Well, when we get really overwhelmed and bogged down with the energies of stress, then it seriously impacts our ability to get stuff done. So, lepidolite as a palm stone is a really soothing. You can put one in each hand. You can use these palm stones. They are on my website at innerlightcrystalshop.com. I also have these beautiful hearts. The palm stones range between, like $7 to $16, depending on what size you got. I also have just new in some really pretty sparkly, these lepidolite towers are just such a nice color. I don't know if you can really see the color, kind of backlit here, but the color on those is really spectacular. I also have spheres in the shop. So if you can't make it in person, which is always what I recommend, because touching the stones and connecting with the specific ones that really sing to you, I feel like that is ultimately important. But if you're in a position where you do need to buy online, you can either check my website if you're not seeing what you want there. Definitely call the shop, and I will take you on a personal little tour, or you can email me or text and say, hey, I'm interested in, connecting with you to buy some crystals or to look at them. And I will take you on a personal video tour. We'll figure out how it would be easiest for you. I have all different kinds of ways. We can do FaceTime or, Zoom. There are lots of options. So yeah, reach out for sure. So we're going to do, also I wanted to tell you a little bit about what I'm wearing today, earrings and necklace wise, is chalcedony. Some people pronounce it chalcedony. That's the literal phonetic way to say it, but it's actually pronounced chalcedony. And this is blue chalcedony, which is exactly for calming. It's for calming, it's for finding that inner peace and just like bringing it down a few notches. The fluorite, like I said, gentleness, self forgiveness, really connecting with all of your chakras and allowing your heart to be open. Um, Lepidolite, beautiful for stress and anxiety relief, for again, for calming down and finding an even keeled way to flow through life rather than being like, so, for some of us that, I don't know, I'm Gen X. I wasn't raised to have this whole understanding, like deep understanding of anxiety, like kids today are, people to, the millennials and Gen Z and even younger. It's so normal for that heightened sense of anxiety, and they know exactly what that feels like. It took me like 3 days to figure out that I was feeling anxious. So if you're like me and you don't even really quite understand what that feels like to feel anxious, but you're just feeling like agitated and like you just can't calm down, you can't settle to anything, you're bored, that those were the kinds of feelings that I was feeling. And I was like, what is wrong with me? This is so weird. Um, yeah, that's anxiety. Okay, so here are the ways that I use lepidolite in particular to resolve and calm my feelings of anxiousness, feelings of no matter what I do, it's not going to be enough, those kinds of things, like overwhelm, and just generalized stress that kind of like, compresses everything and makes you feel like no matter how much you do, you're never going to be able to like rise above, get up on top of it and win. Right? Okay. So, first of all, choosing your crystal medicine in the morning. Super, super important. I highly recommend having a whole bowl of options and changing them out so that you can really tune into how you're feeling. You don't even have to know exactly what all of these are for, but just having that practice in the morning, it's like a meditative practice of checking in with myself and reaching for what feels good. And sometimes I try things on, I'm like, nope, that's not it. And I take it off and I put something else on and I combine things. This morning, actually, in addition to these, I had also chosen some moonstone because moonstone is that goddess empowerment, reconnecting with our divine source and our divine power as women. So, and then men can also connect with that divine feminine within them and that divine feminine resonance and respect and respecting that sense of divine feminine inside of themselves. So, how do you use like a stone that you hold? Um, I really like to just do a quick little tune in. When you meditate with a crystal, you don't have to sit there for an hour. I don't like that feeling of like, oh, I have to be committed to, like clearing my mind for, 30 to 60 minutes or longer. I like to activate the specific aspects of my mind that will be the most helpful to me and allow all of the rest of it to fall away. Because when I'm focused on what it is that I want to bring in and nurture inside of myself, which is calm, peaceful, direct action, not allowing the anxiety, the stress, the overwhelm to dampen down my ability to do all of the things that I want to do in my life. Okay. So when we do that, you can hear me pausing. I'm pausing and I'm listening. And that's part of what I do as a meditation is I pause and I listen inside of myself. And you can pause and listen or perceive the vibrations of the crystal that you're holding. So at this time, my palms are facing you in order that you may receive the vibrations that this crystal is wanting to share with you. And I'm amplifying the vibrations of this lepidolite crystalline structure of calmness and clarity and inner peacefulness with my own amplifying abilities through light channels that open and amplify the crystalline structures. Just allow yourself to release the breath that you've been holding on a cellular level. Allow your neuro pathways that are holding the patterns of stress in your mind to relax and let go. And in their place, invite peaceful neuro connections to form and take root and become dominant in your mind. Very good. Excellent. Breathe that in. Feel it filling your heart. And exhale all the stress that no longer has space or importance in your body, mind, emotional body, your energy, your spirit. There you go. Gorgeous. Okay, if you liked this video and you enjoyed this little mini healing session, go ahead and click the subscribe button, give me a like, and share this video on social platforms and with friends. And go visit innerlightcrystalshop.com, and I will see you next time with another beautiful connection with crystals.